No wonder your family members and people who used to be your friends and former church members, no wonder they won't listen to you anymore. You sent them this stuff, and in 5 minutes they went and looked at it and they said, oh, come on. And so now you're going to send them something else. You're going to send them something that is true, and they're going to go, well, that's from, and your name is going to be in that sentence. They're going to say, that is from so-and-so. They're not going to believe you. You've damaged your reputation with them by telling them something that wasn't true. Whether you came up with it or someone else came up with it. Now, if you want to put a little thing on there that says, hey, I'm sending you this, I don't know if there's anything to it. I'm going to look into it. It may be wrong, but take a look at it anyway. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I am somewhat appreciative of the people who've sent me this stuff. But I'm telling you, I don't buy it. I don't buy that this guy didn't get his legs blown off, and I don't buy that the 19-year-old had a backpack running away from the scene. I don't believe those two pieces of evidence. They were fabricated. You were lied to. And so, let me give you some scripture here. I told you I was going to make you mad. Okay? Now, I love you. I appreciate the eyes that are watching what's going on in this world. And everybody's got a place for it. For God to use you to be a watchman to see what's going on. But if all you want to talk about false flags, you're the false flag. You're the one who is sounding an alarm over something. You know, picture yourself as a watchman on the wall. And you're looking out in the distance, and you see movement, a tree limb. So you start blowing the trumpet. Hey, we're being under attack here. Everybody wake up. Let's go to war. And then somebody comes over to you and taps you on the shoulder and says, that was a squirrel in that tree. It's not real. Oh, okay. Well, believe me the next time. Build yourself. I'm trying to help you. Build yourself a reputation where people will believe what you say. Instead of sending them all this stuff, that they're going to do what I did. They're going to look for 5 minutes on the internet and go, oh, come on. Here's the scripture. 2 Timothy 2, verse 4 and 5. Paul was telling this to young Timothy. He said, watch thou in all things. That's what I want you to do. I want you to be a watcher. Watch in all things and endure afflictions. Do the work of an evangelist. An evangelist tells the truth. He proclaims the gospel. He warns people about what's coming down the line. But he says also, make full proof of thy ministry. Make full proof of thy ministry. Before you post it, before you email it, before you make your own YouTube video about it, prove it. Either prove it true or prove it false. But prove it. Prove what's going on. Make full proof of thy ministry. You know what Paul was doing? He was telling Timothy this. Timothy, watch all things, endure all things, be a good evangelist, but make full proof of thy ministry. If you go around, Timothy, making up here's Harold Camping. Harold Camping told everybody in the whole world that he knew for a fact the rapture was going to happen May something or another, 2011. Didn't happen. So he's got to go dig a ditch and lay down in it because no one believes him anymore. No one does. He is the laughingstock of all of Christianity, and everybody knows it. Of course, there's people out there accusing me of being the next Harold Camping. I've never made a prediction. In fact, people call me, how close you think we are, Pastor? I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. God has never led me in that direction. But make full proof of your ministry. Before you send it out in an email, before you post it on Facebook, before you tweet it, I think I'd find out whether it's true or not. I think I would. I would look for other evidence before I did. Let's go back to the scriptures. 1 Thessalonians 5:21. Prove all things. Hold fast that which is good. And so take in all this evidence that people are sending you. Go through it. Look through it. Be critical. There's nothing wrong with being critical. I try to keep a pretty closed mind for a reason. I have been lied to by people. I have, in the past, I have put out information without checking it first. That damages your credibility. So I have an obligation, before I say it, to prove it. And then if I find out that it's credible, to hold fast to it. Hold fast that which is good. There are ideas and opinions that I have that I'm absolutely staunch on, that I'm not backing away from. Why? Because I proved it. At least to my satisfaction, I proved it. So it doesn't hurt you to have a critical mind. After all, you criticize everybody else. Why don't you criticize things like this? Why don't you be the biggest antagonist to conspiracy theories there is out there? That way, let me kind of help you with something. I used to, growing up, I used to have a really, they talk about defense attorneys. Defense attorneys are sleaze bags. They're always getting criminals off, and they're always, making it, everybody's innocent. Nobody does anything wrong. Let me tell you. Let me tell you the good thing about defense attorneys. Defense attorneys play an absolutely critical role in the judicial process. And our founders knew this, and the Bible knows it. Defense attorneys have, over the last 200 years of this country, forced the government who holds a lot of power. I mean, here's a judge. He represents the government. He has the power with the strike of his gavel to send a man to his death. That's a lot of power. Defense attorneys force the government to prove their case. And if they can't prove their case, my guy walks. Fingerprint evidence. Think about where did fingerprint evidence get? Did you know that nobody really cared until a defense attorney used it one time? I don't remember when it came about. And said, you know what? You got the wrong guy. And so now we accept fingerprint evidence all over the world. Because defense attorneys said, that wasn't my guy. You say it was, you proved that he was there. Guy leaves his fingerprint behind. He was there. No doubt about it. DNA. We're using DNA all the time. Who is the one who provokes that? It was the defense attorneys who are provoking the prosecutors, saying, if you think that my guy, simply because he's black and he was wearing a dark sweatshirt, that he raped your victim or whatever it is, here's a sample of my guy's DNA. It wasn't him. There's been people let out of prison who've been there for 20 years on rape. They didn't do it. Wasn't their DNA. And now everybody knows it. So have that in mind. Be critical. Prove these things. Critique it. Criticize it. Say that doesn't even sound plausible to me. That Blackwater operatives would be there with headsets and uniforms and a detonator in their hand in public with thousands of cameras looking at them detonating a bomb in public, in plain sight. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Do I like Blackwater? No. I don't think the picture of the guy with looks like what's got a detonator in his hand, I don't think for a second that guy blew the bomb up. It's too obvious. Let me give you another scripture. This is not all I'm going to talk about, by the way. I have other things. I have real conspiracies to talk about. 1 Corinthians 6:8. Nay, ye do wrong and defraud, and that you're who? You're defrauding your brethren, for crying out loud. You're lying to them. You're sending them things that are not true, wanting them to believe it's true. You're doing that to your brethren. 1 Thessalonians 4:6, that no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any matter. Now here's the part of the verse that, well, I tell you what, because that the Lord is the avenger of all such, as we also have forewarned you and testified. God was watching when you went click. God was watching. He read your email. He knew you passed it on. He knew you passed it on to. He knew it wasn't true, and you didn't care. You just sent it on. And the people, I don't know, the people who make this stuff, I don't know why I don't know what motivates them. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if they want maybe they're going to throw everything they can out there, make everything up. Hopefully one of it sticks, and everybody's going to go, oh man, you got to watch this guy. I don't know why they do it. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Can't judge motives. What I'm saying is, prove it. Prove it. And if by me saying that to you, if that makes you mad, I don't know what to do. I can't keep my mouth shut. I can't do that. And to be honest with you, I'm hiding behind this camera too, myself. Because I don't know that I would ever have the nerve face-to-face to tell you what I'm telling you today. Probably wouldn't. I would probably, hey, how you doing? Did you see that email? Yeah. What'd you think? Well, I don't know. There's just some things that don't look right to me. Okay? So let me just tell you right out of my mouth, number one, I don't work for the CFR, the CIA, the NSA, the Illuminati, the Bilderbergs. I'm not on Rockefeller's payroll. I'm not an agent with the Vatican. I didn't go to Georgetown University. I'm not a Jesuit. I'm a dirtbag, rotten, filthy, nasty, hell-deserving sinner that's saved by the grace of God, and I believe every word in the King James Bible. That's who I am. It's as honest as I can be. And so I'm asking you, as your friend and your brother, before the Lord, would you please, before you post it, before you send it out, before you tweet it, would you please at least check it out first to see if it's true? In some cases, it won't take long at all. Won't take long at all. Just try to do that, all right? Now, let's deal with some real conspiracies, shall we? Now that I got you all good mad at me and you think I'm in the Illuminati. Let's see here. Do you remember the other day? Let's see, where's the picture? Here it is right here. On Thursday, we talked about the finish line of the Boston Marathon. And here's the thing. Somebody sent me an email saying, Pastor Hoggard, the finish line of the Boston Marathon is at 666 Boylston Street. And I went, oh! I didn't run it until I checked it out. It took me 10, 15 minutes. Google Street View.